Good evening. My name is Eric Sparks, and I could not be more happy to be here with you tonight. I'm very excited to be standing here with you all today. I think what I have to say and present to you all will benefit you not only right now and right here, but down the road and in the future. You can use it to assist you in whatever you're trying to do. I'll begin with this. We all have a dream. I don't mean to sound like Martin Luther King here, but we all do have a dream. Whatever that dream may be, we all want to conquer that dream, capture it, and make it come true. For most of us, one of our dreams, probably is to be rich. Who doesn't want to be rich? Since when is having money a negative thing for you? Probably never. All right? As an American, we all know the American dream. Come to America, build your own company from the ground up, and profit from it. Enough so that you can live off of it and you can provide for a family. Boom. Once you got that, what much else can you ask for? For some, it's easier than others. For the others, it's not so easy. I present to you Disney. Great startup story here with Disney. We start with two guys. Okay? We have Boyd and we have Dennis Hightower. So these two men have created this company and did not start in America. They actually started in Europe. They were created in Europe. Tiny corporation, tiny company at the time. Only had a handful of employees, only had a few locations in the entire world. Okay? So, what they did was they went to Europe and they started to invest money in these stores, in these Disney stores. And then what these Disney stores would produce products, whether it be toys, clothing, stuffed animals, literally everything, you could imagine. Disney was starting to create it and, sell it and make massive amounts of profit off of it. So I'm going to pull something out right here really quick. So I don't know if you all can see this, but on my first graph here, I have my first exhibit. It's easy to see how much they profited over the span of 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 years. So I'll read off here. I don't know if you all can see it, but I'll read off here. Their sales netted a total in 1940 of $0.1 million. You got $100,000. That was in 1940, all right? Then that's a total net income, the whole shebang. Let's fast forward 40 years to 1980, okay? Their net income was $135 million over 40 years. Yes, that's a long time. But let's rewind real quick. 10 years past 1940 and 1950. They increased from 0.1 to 0.7. 10 years after that, from 0.7 to 1.3. Not that big of a difference, okay? Minimal difference. From 1960 to 1970, you go from 1.3 to $22 million, okay? That is a massive flip, okay? Everything that they just put into this company, that they, worked so hard for, and, the reason they came to Europe to do this had just, it just profited for them. It all came true. So, what they started to do was, Boyd and Hightower spent a lot of weeks in Europe initially meeting with a bunch of different managers to try and run their first kind of business in Europe. They couldn't really find the right dude, the right candidate, I apologize. And, they were having a really hard time trying to decide on who they would like. But Boyd, being the man in charge, after reviewing all of his candidates' resumes and their what they have to bring to the table, he decided to pull Hightower to the side and tell him, listen, we're going to hire you. You're the man in charge. And, Hightower didn't want this. He had been interviewing these other people to try and take that job that he had just been offered. And, seeing, from his point of view, he wouldn't like to take that job, knowing that he just offered it to multiple other people. All right, so long story short, Hightower became the new dude, the new head guy of Disney. He started this store there, this theme park, and from there it just blew up. It took off, and from there it was just history. They did struggle at first, and I have another chart here, right here. Here we go. Of their sales and revenue in not only just their total financial performance, but also their financial performance in film and also in television. All right, so put aside the theme park. From 1981 to 1987, they had an increase of almost $100 million revenue from their films and television. Now, you can see this right here. You all can't see this, and to me, none of this matters. And it's crazy because there's so much that goes into this and how it happened. And when people look back on it, no one looks back on how it happened. People look back on what is happening now and that they are there. Okay, so my point being is the road to success is always going to be hard. Never going to be easy. And if it is, you might not be that successful. You can start something from anything. You can start something from nothing. That's for sure. And you always need to keep your head down and never stop. Boyd and Hightower, obviously became two of the most successful people ever in history. Now, with Disney profiting as it is and being the extremely large business that it is, it has millions of employees just like these two that are making just as much money as them. With all this being said, I'd like to thank you all for your time, your patience with me. I really do hope that this had some sort of effect on your outlook on your goals in life, the road that you want to go down and how you want to be remembered and how you want to make a name for yourself. I hope each of us can take a small piece of what I've presented with you today and use that down the road and hopefully to, our future endeavors. Thank you so much.